Hello everybody and welcome to the Obscura Toy Files. I'm your host Chris Boglan-Negri, and today we're going to be looking at a very obscure toy line from 1983 by Kenner, Little Loggers. So like Little Loggers, but they abbreviated it to make it cute. This line came out, again, like I said, in 1983. I believe they retailed for about $4.99 because on the packaging here we got a sticker that says the store called YTC was $4.99, which isn't bad, but for 1983 I guess that's expensive. Let's see, let's put it there. I took off the bubble before. Basically, in 1979, Kenner made a toy line for girls called Seawees, and the whole purpose of that line was you basically had a mermaid and then a baby sometimes, and it came with a foam, or it's more like a sponge, a lily pad that a seaweed doll could sit in, so it could float around in the bathtub. It was basically like a doll you could play with in the tub. So I guess when 1983 rolled around, Kenner thought to themselves, you know what, we gotta make something that the boys might be into. What do boys like? Do boys like mermaids? Not so much. Do they like lumberjacks? I guess they like lumberjacks. We can make lumberjacks. Let's make a lumberjacks line. Who doesn't like lumberjacks? Except, maybe for trees. So basically they came out with this line, and they made about 4 different figures in it. So we basically have a figure, you get a little animal pal with matching hats, because you gotta have matching hats when you're cutting down trees. And also you get a foam, technically it's more like a sponge like I said before. It's a foam log that you can put them in to ride them around. And here's the back of the packaging in all of its 1980s glory. You can see the back of the box. This box has seen better days. It's been through hell and back. This thing was beat to just bounced around the store. I mean, this is, like I said, I cut it here to take it off the bubble. This is the cardboard itself is splitting. It's split in half. Like I said, the whole thing's just coming apart. I mean, it's folded and banged, and the telltale sign, it's been in the store a long time. There's the hanging peg is gone, and there's a hole in the card back. It's basically like, I don't give a crap, just put a hole through it. Anything to make it stay on the hook. Yeah, so it was made by Kenner. They're a good toy line. They're a good toy company. And it was actually made, it says, you may see the General Mills logo on the back there. It's because at this time period, I guess, Kenner was a subsidiary of General Mills. So the same folks that brought you Count Chocula and all those fun-ass cereals brought you Little Loggers. So who knew? I didn't know. Alright, so basically we have this figure. I'm going to open it up. I already took off the card before. Let's take this figure, move this off to the side, take a better look at the packaging. You have a little photograph here of Ranger Rob and Chops the Beaver. On the back of the box, which I can now move a little easier without the stuff falling off, you see some kids playing with it in the tub. They have their little guys squirting at each other. And you also have, this was here, it might have been a price off sticker or something was here, because this has been like, I really wish I'd gotten one, and I have to still find another. I'm probably going to keep collecting this line. Let's get a couple more of them. And I'm going to get one with a better card back for scanning and archival purposes, because this back is just, the main purpose of buying this was to make sure I got a brand new figure to play with. I mean, the whole thing was been beat to hell, so. You basically see all the different characters on the back. Here you see Jumper Joe and Rocky Raccoon, who are covered in sticker residue. They're there, trust me, somewhere. I think I can see part of his hat. And you have Ranger Rob and his pet Chops the Beaver pretend to cut down a tree in the sand. I don't know why a pine tree would grow in a desert region. Doesn't make any sense to me. I just believe it. And then you have Woody Warren over here in the sink, or a waterfall. Now, this is an interesting card back because what happened was that when Kenner first released these, they named Ranger Rob Ranger Rick. I guess they didn't realize there was a magazine, which he said, we all remember Ranger Rick magazine? Apparently, Kenner did not. So they basically had to change the name. So I've seen card backs that don't even show these 5 characters. I'll get to the 5th guy in a minute. But they definitely say Ranger Rick, not Ranger Rob. So they had to go and change everything, especially since Ranger Rob is also mentioned up here. So they had Ranger Rick up there. It must have been like, well, back to the drawing board. So the different figures that came out in this line, I'll try to get a nice shot so you guys can see them all. You get Jumper Joe and Rocky Raccoon. Again, they all share the similar hats, which is cool. I've always been a big fan of the big figure, little figure companion thing like Ghostbusters did and Ninja Turtles. I think it's cool to have a figure and a little buddy to hang out with. It's like 2 toys in one. So you feel like you're getting more value that way. And here we have, again, Ranger Rob and Chops the Beaver with their matching hats. Trapper Tom and Paddles the Bear, or just Paddles Bear. Again, also matching hats. He's a chainsaw. I mean, I was actually looking at an eBay auction for him, but someone else jumped on it before me, and I was like, oh, no lumberjacks with chainsaws and bears for me today. You have Woody Warren, who is basically an African-American repaint of Ranger Rob and Chops the Beaver. I mean, they're the exact same everything if you look at it. Like the same beaver, same guy, just different colors. Which is fine, you know. I mean, you got to have diversity in the line, and you get an extra character out of it. So it's not a bad deal at all. I mean, I haven't seen him on eBay, so I'm not sure if he's hard to find or something, but I've only seen the other ones, really. I only really started looking into this line a few weeks ago, so. And the last thing that's very unique, this is Bluster Bear and Dither Duck. Now, these, as I understand, never came out. I remember seeing these in one of the 1983 Kenner Toy Fair catalogs, because back in the years ago, all the toy companies would make a big, nice color catalog to give out to the buyers who would come to the toy fair to show them what their product lines for the following year were going to be. Now they do it all on CDs and stuff, but back then it was really cool. But so I believe Bluster Bear and Dither Duck were going to be the next figure to come out, because I've never seen loose samples of this on eBay or on YouTube or anything. But again, Little Loggers isn't exactly G.I. Joe or Transformers, or heck, even like another obscure toy line like Boglins or something. Nobody really knows about it. I mean, on eBay, this thing I paid $21.50 for. Yeah, $21.50 for this on this beat-up card. Specifically, I got it that way so it was new. I've seen people selling these things for like $200+ on eBay, sealed and nicer cards. Now, that's not bad. I mean, people want to make money, I understand, but there's not many people on the internet who even know what the heck Little Loggers are. And I sincerely doubt there's equally that many people who want to pay $200 and something for it on the card. And I've seen these sellers relist items over and over and over again, because nobody knows what this line is. I mean, that's part of the reason why I'm talking about it on the Obscura Toy Files today, is because you guys need to know about it. You guys are going to change your life? No, but if you're a fan of toys like I am, you really will like it. It's a fun, quirky line from the 80s that not a lot of people know about. And it was cool to get into. So basically, we're going to look at the toys now. I cut them off in a video before. I had to do some re-recording because I had a little beaver over there breathed into the microphone and screwed up the audio for a few seconds. And I didn't want to make it my first video coming out be not good. Must be the best. The best! Well, the best I can do. Whichever. We try to do things here at the Obscura Toy Files. We like to go easy. Just take it easy. We're professional enough, but we don't try to push down the, we don't use fancy artwork. We just do our thing, show you the toys, and that's it. So, without further ado, I gave you guys the gist of everything that was coming on. I still would have liked to get Bluster Bear, but as the toy line is very obscure, I doubt I'll ever see the thing. So, it's hard to talk. Without further ado, here I will show you the bubble packaging. As Chops the Beaver goes flying like crazy. They all have these little stickers on the front. Now, there's a residue over here that I don't know if that's... Put it here so you can see it a little better. It looks like it was a sticker, like a long way sticker. I haven't seen any stickers like this on other samples, so I don't know if it's supposed to have a piece here that came off, or if that was from a price sticker from the store. I'm guessing it's that, because every other sample of these cards I've seen never has anything on this, so it makes sense, because why would you have two stickers? You already got this here, it tells you what it is. But it's cool, it looks like a little log. I mean, I'm probably going to cut this piece off and I'll tape it to the card back. This way I keep it. But in this packaging, you get three little pieces. You get Ranger Rob. You get, let me move this down a little bit so you guys can see, because they're all the way over there in the distance. They're in the distance all the way. No one sees them. You get Ranger Rob, Chops the Beaver. Now these are like a squishy plastic. Chops is completely, he's like a brown plastic. He's very pliable. He's got a tail. You can see there, nice sculpting on the tail. And it's not really, like, it's a part of him, you can't move it. It would be nice if they painted that brown, but I guess they already used all their paint applications for everything else. It doesn't lose a lot from it, but it would have definitely helped sell them that he's a beaver a lot more, I think. He's got his little green hat. I'll refrain from pushing that into the camera like last time. This is Chops the Beaver. Squishy. Because the whole theme of this line is you're supposed to be able to absorb water in the bathtub or in like a pool and squirt them at each other. I don't recommend putting these in chlorinated water. Go like in a lake or a pond or your bathtub or your sink. And that'd probably be better for them, especially if these things are like 33 years old. And here we have Ranger Rob. He's articulated because he can move his arms. It's like they're all solid plastic. I mean, like the plastic, moves pretty good. And basically what they did was, I guess the way they designed it, they made the whole arm white, and then they just painted the hands and the wrists, flesh tone, and then they painted the handles on the saw blade brown. And his head's also squishy. But I didn't turn the camera up. Yeah, so again, so you can squirt water. Now he looks a lot like, he looks kind of like Yukon Cornelius from the Rankin Bass Rudolph Red-Nosed Reindeer special. But also, Jumper Joe looks a lot like, does he look a little bit like, I could see him being Yukon Cornelius, maybe if he shaved. Maybe this is Yukon Cornelius in the Witness Protection Program. He's trying to hide out. You have to, rip all the bumble's teeth out. Or Actually, he didn't do that. That little crazy elf dentist did. Anyway, but yeah, I could definitely see this being Yukon Cornelius or this guy. Like if he was colored in Yukon Cornelius colors, he'd be him as a lumberjack. Maybe even more so with Jumper Joe. But yeah, you basically have them. You have this. This is made out of it's a spongy material. I mean, like you can like squish it and it pops open. It's pretty durable. I mean, it feels like it's in nice condition. I'm amazed it lasted as well as it did. Even when the bubble cracked open a little bit. It must have been kept in a decent place. I mean, if it was a darker brown than this, I wouldn't know because I've never seen one. I mean, this is a very obscure line, and it's very old. So finding them in very new condition is difficult, which is, I guess, why they command higher prices sometimes. But like I said, if nobody's going to buy it at $23, no one is definitely going to buy it at $200-something. I mean, I wouldn't spend $250 on this. Is it a cool toy? Yes. Is it worth $250? Heck no. I got it for $21.50. I thought that was good. I mean, somebody had Trapper Tom. Can you show us who Trapper Tom is? No, that's Reed Warren. Thank you. Lumberjacks. Somebody had Trapper Tom and Paddles Bear. Buy it now for $25, which is good. I would have bought that. The problem was I was low on cash at the time, and I wasn't able to go jumping in for it. So I could only do a bid for this because a bid I could pay after I got paid. And then it was funny. Someone fought me on this. I was going for $19.99 on this. Somebody bid against me. I bid against him. I won. And then like a day or so later, the other Trapper Tom, the other Trapper Tom got bought. So I'm assuming that guy's like, well, I want all the little rocker. I'll just buy this one. I mean, I don't mind which one I got. I mean, Trapper Tom is cool because he comes with a bear and a chainsaw, so he looks kind of neat. I mean, I'll get him at some point. And also, I wanted to have a couple of them to play with, but at least I have one. You get the gist of the line with just one. You don't have to have, like... Do you need to collect them all like the packaging says? You could. I mean, it says... Rugged, remember, caution. Not for children under 3. Which is, I think it's very ominous at the top of the package. It's like, listen, guys, seriously, no effing around. Not for kids under 3. Don't give it to them. And it says, rugged lumberjacks and their pet pals float on sponge logs and squirt water through their mouths. Fun to play with in and out of the water. Collect them all! That's an order. I'm telling you, look at it. Bold. And caps. All caps means you got to do it. Kenner wasn't screwing around. But yeah, no. It's a cool line. I'll definitely have a video in the future, probably a short one, just showing how they work in water, because I don't have any water currently in the studio. We're just kind of, tossing them together. But I definitely will show you guys how it works in the log. He goes in a little easier this way because he's got a wide butt. Apparently Chops the Beaver has big butts, and I cannot lie about it. I cannot untell the truth. You just kind of stuffed them in. I mean, it's like I said, it's a sponge log. It's not really that. There's not a lot of give to it. It just kind of goes right in. And basically, you put them in the water, and they just kind of float around, as loggers are wont to do. Floating around randomly for no reason on logs. I guess Kenner, back in the 80s, anybody make toys for any reason. It's a cool line. They got pitched to them. They wanted to make it. They did it. Nowadays, everybody has to have a license. Everything's got to be part of a movie or a toy line. But back then, they were just kind of like, let's make a toy line about loggers that squirt water at each other, become a small animal companions, and float around logs out of sponges. You're good. Go run with it. Spend thousands of dollars in tooling in Hong Kong for this. I don't know how much money they made, but at $5 a pop back in 1983, I don't know how many units they moved, but apparently it was enough to do it. Like I said, is it a bad toy line? No. Is it a toy line that every single kid would have gotten into? Probably not. I mean, I don't know how much people like lumberjacks. I mean, I don't think they hate them, but I don't know how many people would. I mean, it's one thing. People like little girls can play with mermaids, like with seaweeds. They understand that, but boys playing with lumberjacks and pet creatures and squirting water at each other, you really don't. I mean, floating on logs, yeah, I guess lumberjacks float on logs, but lumberjacks also cut down trees, and there's no trees for them to cut down, so what are they doing? They're just kind of hanging out. But again, it was a different time period. Back then, you could play with toys that were just imagination-based. Like I said, it's like in the back of the package. It even said, it tells you how to imagine with them. I mean, it's like, play with Woody Warren and his pet Buzzy Beaver in the sink. It's fun riding the log through the waterfall. That's a sink. This is a faucet. It's water. But it's a waterfall because you're imagining it. Like the same way you're imagining Ranger Robin traps the beaver chopping down that tree on the beach, or what the heck's going on with Jumper Joe because the sticker's in the way. Oh, I hate when they do that. I mean, I'd peel this off, but this whole thing would come with it, so it's just going to stay there. But yeah, no, that's what you did back then. You imagined, you used your imagination, and you just kind of did it. You played with it. Nowadays, it's like, you still do that, and the kids do want to imagine. I've seen kids play with Yu-Gi-Oh cards and that new Pokemon Go game, and you're using your imagination to an extent with all that. So kids want to imagine. People want to create and be creative and imagine and stuff. So it's there. You just have to look for it. Nowadays, there are less obscure toys that are interesting. But back in the 80s, it was a treasure trove. You found everything. If you're a lumberjack, If you're a lumberjack enthusiast, Little Loggers is the line for you. I agree. Buy the line. It's pretty cool. I mean, I would say so. I mean, I'm a lumberjack. Why wouldn't I like it? Chops the Beaver. We gotta go cut down some trees. Let's go. I'm done, Chris. I'll see you later. Goodbye. Listen to me there. He's always talking to me. I tell him what to do. Yeah, but that's it. That's it. So that's the Little Loggers review. I'll hopefully get some more of these in the future, and when I do, of course, I will review them. But right now we have Ranger Rob and Chops the Beaver, and for the 100th time, for those of you who are tuning in late, I guess. And yeah, that's it. Enjoy my reviews. Keep checking back. Make sure to like and subscribe. And also check out the Obscura Toy FIles blogger, where I talk about these. I talk about it a little further. You know, I take some still photos. And also where I'll link to the videos and stuff like that. Because I will definitely be showing a video of him floating in the water soon. Because one of the things I love to do on this channel and on this site is a lot of toy review people will use the toys to show them. I want to show them in action, doing what they're supposed to be doing. Like I want to show you with him in the water, squirting around. You're going to see what he's supposed to be doing. And I really want to get you guys immersed in the experience of playing with the toy and seeing what it's supposed to do. And that's one of the things I like about it the most, about doing this channel. So that's all I gotta say about that. Put Chops the Beaver there so you can hang out. Or just have him fall awkwardly and ruin the whole thing. Put you in this way. There you got stuck. See, that works so much better. We all used to do that as kids. Use them as cudgels. Just pick them up. Why am I hitting my head on his body? Anyway, there you go. there we have them. Kenner's Little Loggers from 1983. Ranger Rob and Chops the Beaver. Till next time, guys. Take care.